my words should mean something. And I just, I'm going to say it. I'm not a dude that lies. Like, I'm going to just say it, and if it's believed, it's believed. If it's not, it's not. I can literally pull that up right now. Between, Rock Nation and Tom Lawford, the fight was offered 50-50. Every detail was 50-50, and we made a conscious decision as a team to make him a 50-50 offer, just so there was no wiggle room about, 50-50, the weight, everything. Hey, that's great, appreciate the offer, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but, maybe if this fight is still high, we'll do it in 2017. Well, we know what that means. But then they go on the record and say the opposite. And that's fine. And we would have kept it quiet if you just say, hey, man, we're moving on. Ward's a great fighter. Golovkin's a great fighter. We're done. But they keep talking about it. So, I'm going to be honest about what happened. They didn't want the fight. And it shouldn't have took Kell Brook doing what he did to show people why they didn't want the fight.
Do you think deep down, or maybe not deep down inside, but do you think his team either thinks or knows that he can't beat you?
I don't know. There's a reason why they didn't want the fight. And they can say whatever they want, but the reality is they didn't want the fight. And I think you get more respect from fans. I think, just even amongst other fighters, because fighters know. There's a media, there's you guys, and then there's the fighters, and the industry knows. Like that's a good barometer to see. And I'm me aside, like to see what you say. Who's the best? Your peers will let you know where you stand. How, is this dude a great dude? What kind of dude is he? Your peers will let you know. They're gonna keep it real. What about this fighter? What kind of quality fighter is him? Your peers collectively are gonna let you know. And they've spoken out about this situation many times.
Was it him trying to get something off mentioning your name? Because he brought it up a couple years ago, and then ever since he said that 54-68, Andre Ward, why not? He's been real quiet about it. Was that initially just him trying to get his name out? Was that Golovkin just trying to get his name out there when he initially called you out those couple years ago? Or not called you out, but when they
mentioned a weight class?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I just know when I heard my weight class, I perked up. I was like, oh, really? Okay, well, let's try to make it happen. And it was more out of a respect thing. It wasn't a disrespect. You can want to fight a guy and still have a level of respect for him. It's not a disrespectful thing. They crossed the line and gotten disrespectful, and we're not going to get in the pig pen and get dirty with them. But I thought it would be a great matchup for the fans, man. I really thought that fight should have happened before this Kovalev fight should have happened.
Triple G, would that have been a tougher? You don't know until you get in the ring with the guy, but on paper, does he look like an easier matchup than Kovalev because he is smaller?
But Golovkin's a good fighter.
Definitely.
He's a good fighter, man. He does get hit a lot. And I don't think he has as many dimensions as Kovalev. I honestly think Kovalev is a better fighter.
And
that's a good headline.
If you're aware of, there's rumors there that they had some kind of sparring session and Golovkin got the better of him. I'm not too sure how true they are.
Does anybody have any kind of...
All right, that was Andre Ward completely calling out Gennady Golovkin and saying he was offered 50-50 down the middle. I assume it's at 168. 168, 50-50 down the middle. This is a guy that was trying to fight Carl Froch, trying to fight Chavez Jr. at 168, but turned down an Andre Ward pay-per-view fight. Pay-per-view. Most likely that's a pay-per-view fight and probably does $500K. A year ago, that fight would do $500K minimum, considering Andre Ward, great American fighter, pound-for-pound champion. Number two for the longest time. This would really be a pound-for-pound type fight. Everything on the line, legacy type fight. And Golovkin turned it down. He said, no, I don't want Andre Ward. And here Andre Ward is, being honest, telling the truth. Golovkin ducked Ward, 50-50 deal on the table. He ducked him. Flat out, plain and simple. And not only that, but we know what Golovkin had to say. He personally said he'd fight Andre Ward, and now he completely backtracked. His team just wants to talk his way out of the fight because they don't want that fight. And Andre Ward is saying it should have happened. And this is the kind of shit that goes on in boxing. So Golovkin ducking Ward. Ward calls him out. And he also said he thinks Kovalev's a better fighter than Gennady Golovkin. So how about that? Really interesting. especially on the heels of a very lackluster performance, I'd say, against Kell Brook. You know, weird stoppage. He got hit so much, and his chin was right there for the pickings. Man. His chin was right there. He was winging these arm punches. He did not look good in that fight, and size really helped him. Keeping Kell Brook on the back foot really helped Golovkin in that fight. And here Andre Ward is basically calling him out, saying, "You know what? You ducked me." And this has been E King Fight News once again.